Hey y'all, so it finally cooled down to the point here in the deep south where there aren't a billion mosquitoes outside, and the boys wanted to go play outside, so I figured we'd just go ahead and film this now. So my library had its annual sale once a year. My county's libraries, they all get together and they get rid of all the books they don't want, and my girlfriend and I, we go there, we make a whole girls' day out day of it. And this year I got 25 books. Hardbacks are $1 and paperbacks are 50 cents. So it was a good year. Today I'm going to be talking about the hardcover books I got, and next week I'll be talking about all the paperbacks books I got. So the first is a 007 James Bond thriller, and why not? This is by Jeffrey Dever, but this is a James Bond book set in the present day. So this is a post 9/11 world with a James Bond character, and it's like, for $1, I'll check that out. And it was a thriller year for sure. There were so many thrillers. The area I'm in doesn't seem to be particularly big on things like fantasy or science fiction, but the thriller section, the mystery section is always huge. So pretty much if I'm gonna read a thriller throughout the year, I probably picked it up at the library sale just because there are so many. Next is a Brad Thor, The Apostle. So I've read some of Brad Thor before, and the man can't seem to write characters to save his life, particularly female characters, but he does a lot of very good research into his books, and I appreciate that. So this is a daughter of a politician is kidnapped, and America's new president will agree to anything, even a deadly and ill-advised rescue plan, in order to keep his secret hidden. So your standard political thriller sounds good, especially for $1. The Enduring Hemingway, an anthology. Pretty sure this is all of Hemingway, and definitely looks like it's all of Hemingway. And for $1, I'm not a big Hemingway fan, but for $1, yeah, I'll have this around for reference. And when I'm in the mood to, punish myself for something, I'll go and read some Hemingway. Not in any way saying he's bad, I'm just saying he's not my style. Definitely a steal at $1, definitely something to have around. I feel like Mary Poppins, keep taking stuff out of the bag. Next is it looks like a medical thriller or maybe a bio-thriller of some sort. This is Uncaged by John Sanford and Michelle Cook. And the cover caught my attention. This is about a hacker and some radical animal rights activists. There's a raid and a girl gets shot. When Shay gets a frantic 3 a.m. phone call from Odin talking about evidence of unspeakable experiments and a ruthless corporation and how she must hide, she's worried. When Singular's menacing security team pays her a visit, Shay knows her brother's a dead man walking. What Singular doesn't know yet is that 16-year-old Shay is every bit as ruthless as their security force, and she will burn Singular to the ground if that's what it takes to save her brother. So basically this is about a 16-year-old girl who arrives in Hollywood with $58 and a handmade knife, and she's got to find her brother before this corporation does. So, Okay, next is Nature's Girl, a novel by Carl. This is, oh yeah, he's right there, Carl. By Carl Dude. So this book was actually picked up by my best friend who went to the library sale with me, and she has already read this book by the author, but she really likes the author, said he's really good. So I had never heard of him before, so I said, hey, I'll check it out. If you think he's good, I'll give him a try. And my girlfriend and I have enough of an overlap in our reading taste that we can usually introduce each other to new authors during this library sale. I got her stuck on the Sookie Stackhouse novels. The very first one was there, and I told her she had to read it. So I'm getting this one, and hopefully I'll like it. Hopefully I'll find a new author that I enjoy. What's this about? Scheme to help rid the world of irresponsibility, indifference, and dinner time sales calls. Okay, so it's humor. Very nice. So there's an alligator wrestler, there's a hermit. This looks like a southern humor, so yay. Snobs, a novel. This is a humor by Julian Fellows. It looks like it's going to be poking fun at high society, and I'm all about that, so looked good. Also, it's actually fairly short, under 300 pages, 260 pages, so a nice little quick read. This is the Carrie Diaries. I have heard of this book by someone, Candace Bushnell. So this is basically the prequel to Sex and the City, which is a TV show that was, you've heard of it, it was immensely popular back in the 90s. My parents were incredibly conservative, and so in order to watch Sex and the City, I had to volunteer to house sit for a neighbor of ours who had the entire DVD collection so that I could watch it there. Nothing if not resourceful. Anyway, so this is the prequel to that. This is Carrie before she was Carrie from Sex and the City. And hey, why not for $1? So I got 2 more. Next is A Box of Matches by Nicolson Baker. So when I saw it, I thought it looked familiar. And I'm still trying to figure out why it looks familiar. This is... Emmett has a wife and 2 children, a cat and a duck, and wants to know what life is about. Every day he gets up before dawn, makes a cup of coffee in the dark, lights a fire with 1 wooden match, and thinks. What Emmett thinks about is the subject of the wise and closely observed novel, which covers vast distances while moving no farther than Emmett's health and home. So this looks like a literary. So this looks like one of those literary novels about a character who has writer's block. That's what I'm guessing. We'll see. And last but not least, Who Were the Celts? Nonfiction. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Celts, 1000 BC to the present by Kevin Duffy. And why not? It's got pictures. So they just look cool. I mean, you know, why not? I like a little history from here and there. And okay, so that's all from the hardcovers. Talk to me in the comments. Have you read any of these books? And if so, which one should I start on first? What are your recommendations? I'd love to hear from you. And next week, I'll be going through all of these 16 paperbacks I got. And so until then, bye-bye.